Ricki as a player,
The words that come to my mind whenever I think of Ricki Ortiz as a player is fearsome, competitive, very stubborn.
Ricki is definitely very aggressive, very stubborn.
she likes to take control of the situation. She likes to just really make you kind of mess up.
She has a lot, just decades and decades of experience of being one of the top players in fighting games.
When she's playing at her maximum level is one of the all-time greatest fighting game players.
The time when she was against Sako, I think it was Evolution 2014. I remember when she landed the Rufus Ultra, that whole crowd. It was too crazy for you to not have been there.
So in terms of like the fiery competitiveness, it was definitely more fierce.
Best way to describe it, most players when they get angry play bad. Ricki Ortiz plays well when she's mad, and there's that kind of fearsome attitude.
Angry Ricki in game is one of the most terrifying players I've ever seen in fighting games. And I've seen that come out a few times.
She did win this tournament. It was a tournament against Wolfkrone. It was coming down to the very wire, and Wolfkrone managed to land an ultra combo, and Wolfkrone thought he had won. And he stood up and started cheering, but then the ultra didn't kill. And Ricki, with no health, came back and took that round. You could see them on stream. And you didn't even have to be a lip reader. You could just see it on Ricki's face looking at Wolfkrone, and all you saw her say was, "What are you standing up for?"
Oh, will he do it again? Oh, there he got it! Oh, Wolfkrone is, look at this, look at Ricki. What are you standing up for?
I think it's like not actually representative of the strength of her career.
It's kind of sad because like when I talk about Ricki Ortiz's career moments, it's always a tough kind of situation because, even she'll talk about this, that, she kind of has one of those second place curses.
Second place at EVO in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, second place at EVO in Street Fighter 4, and then second place at Capcom Cup in Street Fighter 5.
2003, Ricki was playing against Daigo in Third Strike, and Ricki wins by this rule called judgment. But then the ruling was overruled, and she had to play again. So that was kind of bullshit. I felt like Ricki lost that match, but I felt like she got robbed. It kind of sucks because I always wanted to see Ricki win.
Every fighting game that she's ever played, she's been super good at.
So one day I do hope that I see Ricki Ortiz wins the big one. I just want to see it once because she's definitely overdue.
The interesting part though, see Ricki Ortiz the person. Suddenly Ricki Ortiz becomes, this very gentle person.
Like me and Ricki knew each other for a really long time, but I didn't know what Ricki was really into until when streaming started blowing up after 2009. So you actually know more of Ricki now as a person compared to early 2000s where I guess it was just strictly video games.
When I've seen her around her really, really good friends, when I've seen her hanging around her friends, Abby or John Choi or all these people, that's when the big smiles, the rambunctious laughs come out and everything like that.
I feel like I would have never gotten where I am today without her guidance.
Like I always tell people, they're always welcome, and it's encouraged to come up to me and ask for questions and ask for help because I'm always willing to help and always willing to give people tech or whatever they may need.
Ricki's impact has been positive on the fighting game community.
People look up to Ricki. With her just being so open, with her transitioning, it actually got a lot of people, I believe, in the FGC to just feel comfortable and sharing their stories.
Ricki's impact on the community is really opening the doors for a lot of inclusivity. I feel like that's a large part of Ricki's legacy as well. I feel like this is something that people will always remember Ricki for this story, for, her bravery.
Me at the time, as a young adult, I was coming to terms with being that because I had already come out as being a young gay male, and to come out again was just kind of very daunting to me. And when I finally came out as transgender, I felt like my biggest sense of pride, because I was able to finally tackle something and persevere over something that has been a big issue in my life.
To break those barriers, being one of the best players in the world while also, coming out as gay and then later as trans is something that I think the scene needed. And I think it was a very positive step for the scene for sure.
I think through her dedication to living her authentic self, I believe it is helping others in the community and throughout the world to live as they are.
I really feel like it makes her one of the most important people in the community, because it really does start showing the diversity and the acceptance level of the fighting game community.
I know Ricki's been on EG for 10 years, but when they see Ricki in the forefront and how brave she is and how popular she is and like where she started from the beginning and leading up to now, and they can feel confident. They're not scared to just not tell anyone anything.
I think she'll be remembered for that and for being one of the best players of all time.
And I want to send a positive message out there to everybody, and I want my platform to grow so big that people will understand that, the FGC is a good thing, and if I could make it in the fighting game community, then anybody who wants to enjoy games and have fun and play and compete and be professional can make it,